Good morning. Hi, have you ever practiced yoga and felt like you were just completely struggling and not really getting it? And I'm going to invite you to not struggle and to realize that yoga is for everybody. It's for the inflexible, absolutely. It's for the beginner, it's for the advanced, it's for the flexible. What yoga does is it brings us to our very moment of what it is that we need, honestly, in that moment, to feel the success of our intuitive beings listening to ourselves. So I'm going to give you a couple of pointers. I'm going to take off my little yoga boots here. Taking a moment to notice what you do bring to your mat. If you're joining a yoga studio and everyone lays down on that, but they don't have their props with them, don't be afraid to go get props. Usually yoga studios supply a ton of props. I would often offer that everyone gets their yoga blocks, even the most advanced student, because what happens is that they struggle instead of giving themselves the reprieve that they need. Hi, I'm Theresa, your yoga guide. Using your yoga props is the most amazing option you could give yourself while you're practicing your yoga, because it makes your practice successful. For example, say if I were to do a low lunge, and in that low lunge, I am struggling with my back. Take your yoga blocks, and they have 3 levels: first level, second level, third level. And sometimes you could begin at that first level to see it's like, oh, I've got more space to breathe. Maybe you're still crunched in like this and it's like everything's pushing on your thigh. Then what you do is you come up to the second level or the highest level. You know this stuff. So coming up with your finger pads, oh, I could breathe more now. Awesome. And especially if I pick up that back left leg and then the yoga guide suggests we step that back left foot forward and straighten both legs, all of a sudden the spine went like that and we're struggling to breathe and then you would take your blocks to the highest level and give yourself that space and that spine, that elongated spine, really offering up that, that feels so much better, as opposed to struggling. Every time I look out and see a class doing that, I'm like, okay, lengthen, even bend your knee. If that left leg or that leading leg doesn't want to straighten and your spine gets compromised, then that is where the practice is for you, is to invite yourself into the space of honesty and use your props. Very important piece. You don't want to snap your muscles into submission. That leads to injury. You want to use your props. So if you're the only one using props, that's okay. You left your ego out at the door, didn't you? And say, for example, if you're moving into a full pose such as Warrior 3, and you know dang well that being in that position really hurts your standing leg, and you're like, oh. So then I would offer that you would keep your hands down and you would lower that foot until you get there, and really managing yourself to the place where you are successful. So you don't have to go all the way up into that Warrior 3, especially if you're twisting and turning and wobbling in that standing foot. That's not the pose, and that leads to injury. So if you need to, be in that position. And that is where we begin when we prepare ourselves for any kind of shifting in pinnacle poses. So again, I am Theresa, your yoga guide. You could subscribe to my yoga practices at theresaguignot.com. It's that easy. I truly believe and strongly believe, and let me take out the word believe. I know in my heart we don't need to struggle. We need to unconditionally love ourselves, and that means put those blocks in there. Put those blocks into your practice. Celebrate your yoga practice in the most successful way using your props, not snapping your muscles into submission, being at that place where you are most successful in your practice. So again, my yoga tip for today, be you and only you. Leave your ego at the door and truly invite all the props that you need on your yoga mat so that you feel Shazam. All right, I hope to see you in my yoga subscription practicing with me. You can email me any kind of questions. And as well, you could join me in studio if you live locally. I'm here for you. I am the yoga guide. Namaste, everybody. You've got this.